So the first thing, you can ask, the parties that are involved whether or not they need medical attention. And, from a human standpoint, you should do that, certainly. But from a legal standpoint, that is not going to ever be used against you. So you should feel free to do that. Second thing is you should call the police. And, you don't want to bother the police if you think it's just been a fender bender, but you really need the police to come out and take a report because they're getting information that you aren't going to be able to get about the other driver, the other driver's insurance company, and things that you're going to need later down the road. Third, because we're all carrying these, phones with us these days with cameras, it's a great idea to just run around, take pictures at the scene, take pictures of, anything you can. It also includes driver's license of the other parties or passengers or witnesses, insurance cards. There's many different things you can gather at the scene of a collision that, may be forever lost if you're not using that. So, and then I would say finally, don't be afraid to go out and get assessed if you think you might be injured at all. If you don't want to be injured, you don't want to think you're injured, so it's hard to convince you, and it's going to be expensive. But if you're injured, at the scene and you really need to, take an ambulance to the hospital. That's fine. If you have a way to get there without an ambulance, that's okay too. But don't be afraid to go to the emergency room and get assessed. There's just too many things that are going on. Your adrenaline is rushing. You're not able to assess whether or not you've truly been injured or the magnitude of your injuries. And so I would recommend that you get assessed and then, follow up as your medical providers are recommending. And then afterward, even before you call your insurance company, I recommend retaining an experienced attorney. They can open up the insurance claim. They know what information the insurance company is entitled to receive and what information the insurance company is not entitled to receive. And really, you have enough going on if you've been injured anyway, dealing with your injuries and your recovery. You don't need to be taking in a million different phone calls from a million different insurance companies trying to, put your guard down so they can gather information against you. So put it in the hands of an experienced attorney so that you don't have to deal with all that on top of trying to recover and get the right medical treatment.